score, like 13-3.
Alrighty, welcome back, everybody, to week 59. My name is Vincent, and now joined by the illustrious, the wonderful Choice Plays himself.
Hey, you guys caught me off guard a little bit. I was actually watching the stream, getting so excited about, everything that's coming up, especially this grand finals. It's Father's Day. I mean, you guys really caught me off guard, but you know what? We're here. I dressed up like a dad, and I'm here with Vincent, stoked for this ridiculous grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're always doing the dad bod, and I love it. That's your
Thank you.
signature. It's
Hey,
beautiful. I
yeah.
love it. But beyond that, I mean, listen, if you haven't listen, it's getting late on the clock. If you for some reason have not said hello, I love you to your father, then okay, go do that right now. Then come back to the stream because we have a banging finals ready and rearing to go. It is none other than the Dart Smokahs themselves coming up against Scrounge and Pros. Two interesting pug teams coming up against each other in the grand finals. It's been, I feel like DNA Diff has been the team to stop this from happening the last few weeks. It's been really impressive. They've been able to stop the incredible pug sides, but this time, Dart Smokahs, they came out victorious against DNA Diff. We watched that in the semifinals, Choice. I mean, do you have any idea who's going to win this? Because I don't.
No, absolutely not. And if Ethos brings out the Yoru still in every single map in this best of 3, I'm just going to be happy. And I don't care who wins because that in itself is amazing.
Exactly. I mean, we watched the Yoru play last map live on stream, and I don't know. You were watching in chat. What did you think of it?
It was very interesting. There were definitely moments and flashes of brilliance here and there where he was able to, gate crash in behind somebody, get the frag, and just get the site for themselves for his team. And there were other times where he tried to do it and it just didn't really work. They were ready for it, or it just wasn't in the right place. But other than that, it's just fun to see something different, something fun, and actually utilize that gate crash, kind of like the jet. I heard you guys talking about it. It kind of feels like that jet dash into the site. But I mean, he's got to pull out some more tech up against Scrounge and Pros because it's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that you got such high quality fraggers on the likes of Scrounge and Pros, I think that really makes the Yoru a lot harder because I mean, even though it is a pug team, the communication is still going to be on point. I mean, these are guys who have played together in some form or another for a really long time on both sides, actually. So it's not like it's brand new or just 5 randoms being thrown together. It's a bunch of friends who want to have a good time, but also have a lot of experience playing with each other, and that means that they are going to have some coordination that you wouldn't typically expect from a team that is just kind of thrown together.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually on Valen's stream earlier, just watching the other side of the bracket, basically his point of view. And it was really fun to hear the comms, be a part of it, and actually kind of experience what they're going through the rounds, like moment by moment. And that was really exciting. So, I mean, they're feeling on top of it. It feels crispy, it feels clean. And I mean, Dart Smokahs, they've had a little bit of time now to kind of decompress, maybe cool off a little bit. Do you think that'll affect them here in the first game at least?
I don't tend to think so. I think that more than likely everyone was keeping warm, or I mean, if they didn't need to keep warm, just kind of taking a break. Because I mean, this is long. I mean, it can be
Yeah.
grueling. Listen, I know we as gamers, we play to all hours of the night anyway. But still, trying to be 100% active in and paying attention, it can be a tough ask. And if anything, I think having a little bit of a break is a nice thing to for the Dart Smokers. But listen, I don't think that ultimately is going to matter big one way or another, considering the fact that both of these teams have so much experience. And when it comes to that, I think experience makes the biggest difference.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know what the actual number is for the amount of experience just spread across all of these players on both of these teams. But it's significant, it's substantial, and we're going to see some really ridiculous plays. I said it earlier in the quarterfinals matchup while I was casting with Cuppa, and this is basically going to be like watching 2 tier 1 teams pug it out, which it basically is. And these are fantastic players. They're exciting. They're going to give us a show. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen, especially with Ascent being first and Scrounge and Pros starting on defense. How do you think that's going to play out?
Well, I mean, it's hard to say because Ascent, it's Ascent, and it can go either way because of how, I mean, interesting the map can go. But beyond that, I think it's all going to come down to the aggression over towards A, or B hypothetically, but aggression on the defensive side, I guess, is what I would boil that down to. Again, I really find it tough to answer the question of who's going to win this because I really think that the individual players are all. I mean, when you got 10 players in a server who can clutch up 1v5, like how do you even call it like as a commentator? Like how? It's just impossible. It's just not fair.
It's true. It's true. There's really nothing that we can really predict or analyze in this situation, especially since it's not like they're actual teams that have been, melded together for a couple of weeks, for a while, for a few months, and we've seen like the footage on them. It's, just an ever evolving team, ever evolving pug roster that just like has fun, and now we're getting them here in the grand finals. So while we wait for the rest of the picks to happen, to get the rest of the maps, etc., I mean, this is the last Valorant Sunday Showdown in the basically the current meta, because Tuesday it all changes. Vincent, what do you think about that?
Oh man, it's kind of crazy because I feel like we've kind of been in a bit of a set position, through
Yeah.
Reykjavik and on, and now, like you say, literally everything's gonna change. I mean, you and I, we were taking a look, we were walking through some of these changes, and they are, I mean, they're devastating to some characters like Jet. I mean, upward cost of Cloudburst, of Updraft, and Bladestorm gonna have an additional ult point requirement, and and also unable to go through the Cypher trips. Like there's so much there. I think that really is gonna make Jet a little bit less dominant in the scene. But there's also some interesting ideas, right? Where Omen gets a decrease in the paranoia cost. Are we gonna see some Omen coming back in? Is that gonna be enough to dislodge Astra with the additional nerfs to Astra? I don't know. I tend to think not so much, but I don't know. My question to you: what do you think is the biggest impact? What is the biggest change to either an individual character or an individual change?
I think the biggest change in general is just the economy. As a
Mm.
whole,
Oh yeah.
almost every single ability is now a little bit more expensive, especially like almost every flash is more expensive in general, whether it be like by 100 or 150 credits. I mean, that's pretty substantial, especially earlier on in the game. You're not going to be able to buy a bunch of cloudbursts at the beginning in the pistol round if you're a jet because it costs so dang much. So, I mean, just in general, I feel like the economy as a whole is going to be totally shifted, totally changed. And I mean, like some of the guns are a little more expensive, some of them are a little less expensive. It's going to be interesting, and I don't think we're really going to be able to unpack all of it until we actually get it in our hands.
Yeah, I mean that's the cool part. Like we talk about like what we think is going to happen, and just in general are thinking, okay, this equals that and whatnot. But the coolest part about it is that you never really 100% know until the professionals get their hands on it and just break everything. Right? They crack the code, and it's so often that you can see that happen, and I don't know, I love it. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's pretty awesome. And I mean, the cool thing is as well that we've seen a lot of Yoru today, and continuing to see Yoru is going to be a fun thing regardless. Yoru, I think, did Yoru get out with no changes here? No, Yoru had one change, blindside increase to 250 credits. I'm wondering if that's going to pull Yoru more into like meta conversations. I'm asking that question. I don't know that that's going to happen, but maybe, just maybe, possibilities about.
I've been kind of thinking about something like that, and I feel like those maps that Cypher is going to be overly picked on. I don't know which map it's going to be, especially since I don't have the new patch in my hands. Any map that is just predominantly, or sorry, dominantly Cypher, I feel like we might actually see Yoru a little bit more because you don't want to have to waste your, I don't know, dash onto the site with a jet. just to get through a trip when you're not going to get through it anymore. It's just not a thing anymore. Cypher is now a little bit buff against Jet. So we're going to have to see how that handles. But look at this. We've got our agent select Vincent. How do you feel about this?
Well, I'm thinking this is pretty bog standard. Now, Scrounge onto the Rays is something that you sometimes see on Ascent, but not always. Otherwise, this is quite normal. Of course, Critical going to be over onto the Sova, and I mean Astra is Astra. We tend to see that. Gucci as well is going to go on to Astra. I'm almost certain of. We saw that in the last two series or two maps we saw this team, but. For me, it is all about ethos and this Yoru. How well does the Yoru work on both attack and defense? What is going to be the key motivators, and how is that going to unfold? That's the big question marks, Choice.
Yes, it is. I want to kind of recall, because you talked about Reykjavik a little bit. It was really fun to see. I can't remember the name of the team at the moment because I'm terrible, but they brought out the Yoru on Ascent, and there was a couple of flashes of brilliance like we were talking about earlier. You know, the Yoru actually looks good in some instances and doesn't look good in others, and I'm really hoping that we can see a little more solidified gameplay here from Ethos, like maybe gate crashing out into hell on the A side, or maybe even all the way back towards Boathouse on the B side. I don't know. We'll have to see, but I'm really excited to watch it.
Yeah, no, I think there's lots of options, lots of opportunities, and, well, they're going to have to be putting all of them together as it is the Dart Smokahs and Scrounge and Pros to start out what should be, I mean, if this isn't a banging final, I just don't know what else we can do, because we've got, like you said, basically 10 tier 2/tier 1 players in my book. Like, I mean, you could make an argument, whatever. I don't want to get into that, but I do think that all of these players are really, really good. So I'm excited for it, Choice. Bring us into it.
Oh, let's do it. And we're jumping into the first pistol round. Harmful, we saw in the quarterfinals absolutely decimate players with the Sheriff round 1 in this pistol round. And I'm excited to see either it again, but they're actually, look at this, they kind of knew it was going to happen. Frosty, they've been actually VOD reviewing in the past couple of minutes, I guess, seeing what they were able to do. Harmful put a stop to nice and early. There's a quick little dink on Ethos, but what a start to the round.
Yeah, nice use of that gravity well, and there goes the flash coming out, but it's not going to blind anyone. It's players, though, that come through. Valen, honestly, good to get one there, realistically. King coming in for more. The right click is strong, but it's just one player versus 3. Well, it's 4, but this is certainly a viable option. Oh, unfortunate. King getting tagged. That just puts the nail in the coffin, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. Pretty intense start to the round. I'm really loving the aggression here on the pistol round, especially Dart Smokahs getting really aggressive up mid to deny Harmful. And that's the player you really need to deny here, especially with watching what happened in the quarterfinals. Like, everything, it was all about Harmful and Valen. Those two here on Ascent were absolutely nuts together. So, I mean, if you could put a stop to them early, that's a good start for you.
I'm going up.
Yeah, and it's going to be Governor who is potentially putting a stop to any of that, as was sitting at 27 frags, MVP of the semifinals. And look at that. I love this play. Oh, it's so good. That's beautiful, and this is what is enabled by the Yoru. Aggression early, then the instant teleport. Now, unfortunately for the offense, it doesn't work out as well as they'd hoped, considering the aggressive push. But Governor, oh, farm me the Miko frags, baby! That's an ace. Nom 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 nom.
No charges left.
Governor eating his fill right now. Scrounge and Pros are put on the back end in a painful way. Governor in the right place at the right time. That flank was so well calculated, and it was a really unfortunate situation for Scrounge and Pros for all to be basically in the same area at the same time, not looking at that angle. I mean, there it is. That's what happens if you don't check those angles.
I mean, and a good timing as well, coming through from Governor, but Man, did that look all kinds of fun. It is a bonus round, though, coming in. And, well, looks like bonuses are irrelevant. The Blade Storm, though, shut down by Harmful, who certainly has been doing work. That said, the work is over as Ethos trades and gets the site in control of the Dirt Smokers.
Oh, this was really interesting by Zekin getting aggressive, pushing through the door. Even though it was coming down, there was the Nebula there, keeping him safe. But now the reposition from Zekin, he's going to actually get some Shock Dart in there, but the two players from Scrounge Pros are trying to push through this garage area of the door, and they were actually able to do it. I don't know how, but they were just aiming in the right places there, Vincent.
There was 2 kills. I don't know. I didn't get to see it. It all happened at once, but somehow Critical got 2 kills with a classic in that. I'm not sure how it worked, but that was what brought him over the line. Critical doing magical work, and I mean, listen, that's a victory. You come out and Scrounge and Pros take it, so it's 1-2, and it is granted a gun round now, considering that was just a forced buy coming in. I do think we have to mention that, but it looked good right up until those purchases, or rather the classic, just entirely demolished all of the Dart Smokers.
Wow, what a round. It's really fun to see those kind of almost seemingly accidental rounds. But you know, these players are calculated and they know what they're doing. Ethos definitely knows what they're doing, hiding in that back area in B main, able to get a frag, and gate crashes all the way to the other side of the map, is able to push with his team without any hesitation. And that's definitely one of the good parts about being a Yoru. You could just get so, and look at this. Beautiful stuff, Vincent.
Yeah, nice dimensional drift, and it puts him in position to not only allow for the kill initially, but also the trade. Harmful coming through does actually find one with the shotgun, but it is short-lived. As well, Scrounge and Pros, they might be left just to 1 round, and that seems to be the case, as Critical is left. He does have a Hunter's Fury, but I would imagine this should be a save, especially against 3. That is going to be almost, I mean, it's hard for me to say something's unwinnable when it's Critical in this position, but yeah, I mean, that would be a tough ask for anyone.
Yeah, I really like this position too. I mean, this is a good for 1 at least, maybe even 2 if they push together, especially with the Odin. That's just a lot of rounds that you're able to just throw down range for free, basically. So other than that, I mean, that's a good save for Scrounge and Pros. They're keeping that Odin in their hands. That's a really expensive gun, so they got to keep every bit of econ they can in this moment, Vincent.
Yeah, they can. And I mean, it does put the, you know, the 3-1 on the scoreboard, though. And Scrounge and Pros, they are a bit on the back foot here. They're going to have to eco. They don't have the cash to force back in. It is a couple of sheriffs available, but, I mean, I say a couple of sheriffs. And Valorant and Scrounge sheriffs are a terrifying idea that I would never want to be playing against in my life. But that said, it is still going to be a bit more difficult here on the defense to contend with. Great job denying the you know, multiple round advantage for the Dart Smokers.
I mean, a good try on an execution there. They've got the gravity well, they send in the paint shells, and then Harmful gets aggressive and tries to clean up. But the gravity well was not in the right place at the right time. Frosty was able to hide around the corner, get some good frags there. Good trades, though. It is a 4v4 situation, and it looks like the B site is going to be all Dart Smokahs. Excuse me. They're going to have to do something big here. That is the eco round like you were talking about. They still have the Odin in play, a Hunter's Fury, as well as a lockdown. I don't know what they can do with that, Vincent.
Well, they could try, and, well, they are trying with the Hunter's Fury. Doesn't really connect. Lockdown's still available, but they're going to have to dislodge Zekin first, and Zekin's the big key. Finds the first, looks for the second, great spray control. King trades, but Gucci's there for more, leaving Critical, who does have the Soul Rifle left alone. Some low HP, but ultimately I don't think it's going to matter. The spike has been ticking for quite a while here.
Yeah, this is a good spot. Just look for those exit frags. You've got the rounds. You've got the gun. Do it. There's one down. Ethos is going to be able to trade it out and stay alive in the situation. So another fantastic round for Dart Smokahs. I have been made wrong, I guess. I've been proven wrong here in this situation. I was a little worried that the time that they had to wait for this matchup could have made them a little cold, but been proven wrong. It's a 4-1 start here for Dart Smokahs. They're looking nice and clean, but this is that big buy round. I mean, look, we're seeing a lot of half shields, but harmful with an operator, especially on the defense side. This is, you know, this is a little worrying.
Yeah, I mean, I think Harmful is absolutely a devastating player with this operator, and, you know, even with half shield, like you're talking about, it is problematic. And there's the push. Oh, missed shot from Harmful, though. Makes it a bit more difficult. The Cosmic Divide from the offense comes through. It splits off any potential a retake for the time being as the boom bot comes in to, once again, just a nice base. But the plant is there, and now planting something different. The lockdown is in.
Lockdown's in. The Hunter's Fury comes out as well to deny that lockdown, and there it is. Zekin on that back end, kind of hanging out in the A main area, but Ethos with some trigger discipline is able to take down two, as well as another one. Look at this! A 4K from Ethos with a beautiful flank through that door area of the tree. Wow, good stuff.
Oh my goodness, I don't know how he got there, but I hope there was a gate crash. I hope it was. I don't know if he just ran. I didn't get a chance to see on the mini-map. I wasn't paying attention to it, but oh my goodness. That is, I was like, there's hope because Ethos exists. And well, there was not only hope, but the entire victory on the back of Ethos in that one. Gonna have yet another dimensional drift available as well off the back of that quad, and this is a dominant start.
It's funny to see the gravity well pull the turret in that situation because the legs don't move. Oh, look at this. Dimensional Drift is going to actually do a lot of interesting stuff there, but Critical just hanging out in logs is able to get 2 free kills. Ethos still alive, as well as Gucci. They're staying alive here in this situation, as well as having the... Oh, no. Okay, I was worried there for a second. I thought Ethos had the spike, but I was proven wrong.
Oh, no. That's devastating. Scrounge, you got to hit those shots, mate. As Gucci's in prime position. Now it's all on to Gucci, who's tagged low. Has some utility left available, but Harmful's nearly full HP, I should say, and has plenty of space. Gonna use the gravity well to try and pull Harmful off, but Harmful's not sticking this. Gucci's got to know at this point. The tap coming back in, and the tap onto the head as well is truly brilliant. Gucci putting in the work and fragging out.
Oh, man. You know, just some playful, tactical crouching in that situation. You know, very playful and fun, and definitely not mean-spirited at all.
Here.
Yeah. Well, there's a round. Another freaking round. I don't even know, Vincent. These rounds are so fun to just watch and absorb just because of Ethos and this Yoru gameplay. It's so interesting to see that. Critical fishing a little bit with this Hunter's Fury. Not going to get anything at the moment. Sending some shots out down mid. Tiles still alive at the moment. Some damage, and the dart is going to be able to go out onto one of the members of Scrounge Pros to push him off that angle.
Well, this is all a bait, though. Frosty's the only one committed towards B, and actually, no one really ready to go in. This fake is really not well timed from the Dart Smokahs. They've kind of given it away. It's now rotations have come back in, and now Critical knows the information is gained. That said, Showstopper defensively is not able to connect. Does massive damage, but no frags to be had. And that means that we are in a similar situation as we were, but this flank coming through from the Jet is critical.
I love that Scrounge and Pros are hanging out in the back end. They're not pushing. They're allowing Harmful to get into the right position. Ethos is going to trade him out, but Governor is in a very interesting position. No, he's going to be taken down, and there it is. The gate crash to get him in towards Wine. He's still alive, gets 2, but he's going to be taken down by Valen for a 3K of his own. What a round from Scrounge and Pros.
I loved what Ethos did right there. I thought it was very, very good. And I mean, it didn't work out perfectly, but he still got 2 kills off the back of it. If that was not like a, 1v4 unwinnable type situation, then he's got it. I mean, he's got the play and got it on lockdown. So well done for Ethos. Just not good enough, unfortunately, as that is the 2nd round on the board for Scrounge and Pros. But it's crazy to say that's only the 2nd round. Some unfortunate errors and missed timings coming through from that side. As well, I'm looking for some aggression. Where are they going to push? It looks like A might be where the push is coming through from Scrounge and Pros.
Yeah, getting aggressive, harmful. It's taking this mid area, this mid cubby area. I'm very interested to see how this round plays out. The dimensional drift again is going to come out from Ethos. Kind of racking up those ult orbs, those ult points pretty quickly. Sending in a lot of util is Dart Smokahs to control this area, as well as Valen from the push through this Cosmic Divide. He still hasn't been able to get through yet, but Dart Smokahs is holding on to it pretty solidly right now, Vincent.
I mean, they used a lot of ults to gain that space, and fair enough for it. Ethos, another frag, and Zekin on the flank wins his duel, meaning that this is a 5-on-2 in the favor of the Dart Smokahs. And Governor makes life even more difficult. 2nd one with the Blade Storm, tries for more, but Valen stands strong, but only for just a moment, as Frosty cleans up the round and the complexity player falls.
I saw what Zekin was trying to do with the shock dart, but it did a little bit more damage to Governor than anything else. Sending Governor down to 10 HP. I mean, a little unfortunate situation there, but I mean, it happens all the time. But other than that, Dart Smokahs once again take another round pretty convincingly, sending Scrounge and Pros back down to this half Shiko, I guess. You have 2 Sheriffs and a Frenzy.
Yeah, it's certainly a bit of a weird one, but the Blade Storm from Harmful does make it a much more deadly combination. The dash and, well, not frag from the dash. It is Ethos to take advantage, though. If the player turned the wrong direction, Governor gets involved, and now Harmful with the Blade Storm online is going to be the next up. But at the moment, it's just getting shot in the back. Oh, Harmful falls, and Frosty's flanks have been truly devastating today.
Ooh, he stayed a little bit too long in that flank that time, but like you said, that impact frag so high, so important to be able to just have the B site for themselves. What was that? Scrounge comes around the corner, is able to, was that a right click? It looked like a right click.
No, it was a double tap, but
okay.
That was disgusting.
It was fast. Oh my God.
I don't know if he had jitter peeked that and knew he was there, but I mean that poor guy got absolutely deleted. Like, I mean that's one of my ranked games where I'm like, oh, so I just couldn't play the game. I got it. That's fine. Yeah. I mean,
not allowed. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like I was never going to win that gunfight, no matter how it happened. But no, yeah. I mean, nice shot by Scrounge. 8-2. I can't believe this scoreline choice.
I can't either. I mean, Scrounge and Pros, they've got the pedigree in their favor, basically. I don't know if it's in their favor. They just got the pedigree in general, let's be honest. Governor sends in the smoke, but Scrounge is here, ready for it, sends in the Boombot. Might point somebody out, does. Oh, look at that shot onto Frosty and Scrounge working together. Excuse me, Harmful and Scrounge were together to get that double kill, and it's all up to Ethos here, Vincent.
Portal closed.
And it is. Dimensional Drift not quite available yet. It's coming up online. It's got 2 flashes to work with, so it's not all lost, but still a difficult look, a difficult question to be asked. There's, well, 2 players away from the site. Okay, unfortunately, Critical makes the play and Ethos falls. It was, it was looking like it was a possibility for just a moment, but Critical a little bit too smart.
Makes that push a little null and void there. They tried. I mean, Ethos tried. But, I mean, alas, we're on the last round of the first half. Scrounge and Pros have 3 rounds in their favor. That's it. I mean, if they can make it an 8-4, obviously that's a little bit better. But I mean, how much better is it than a 9-3? I don't know. But
I don't know. It feels a lot better, to be honest. But
yeah,
yeah, you're right. I don't know. It's tough.
Get out of my way.
Okay, lots of utility being used on over the A side. There's still a member of Dart Smokahs over towards B. Harmful. Getting a little aggressive with the operators, watching these angles. And still, nice and slow push from the Killjoy in mid for Dart Smokahs. I mean, it's really slow. They're looking for that back end. They're looking for the flanks. And same with Scrounge Pros. You can see the Sova. I don't know why that just slipped my mind there, Vincent. What's going on?
I'm not sure. But what I do know is this Bladestorm is key. What we're going to have to see, and Frosty as well on the flank. It looks like he's being watched. They know the possibility of it. Scrounge is good. Nice frag. The Hunter's Fury comes out, denies the lockdown. Gucci with one, Valen another. Right click misses! Oh no, that's devastating. 2 players left alive, and Zekin shock darts, and oh, nice frag. It's 2 for 2, and it's gonna have to be even better for Zekin as the defuse. Oh, the defuse doesn't come in. 0.27. Are you kidding me? So freaking close choice. The patience on this man, Zekin.
He was banking on that Cosmic Divide coming down at the right moment. He was banking everything, that round, everything. The half, I don't know. But it came down perfectly timed, and I don't know. I just don't know, Vincent.
I'm speechless. This man, his brain is literally so large. I just can't even comprehend, because I don't know how he timed it perfectly, but he did. He's just incredible. Zekin just, I mean, 9-3 the half, but wow.
This is going to be interesting because I heard you talking to Kuppa about Ethos on the Yoru, and you were saying that on the defense side, it didn't seem like it was as effective, I'm pretty sure. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it was meh, I would say. On the offense, it was way better. On the defense, it was not ideal.
Yeah, so that could be a switch in the mindset here for the Ethos. Come on, hit those shots, please. Scrounge is going to be able to trade him out. It's Gucci taking down Scrounge as well. 1v2 situation. It's all up to Valen. Doesn't have the spike down just yet. Governor taking their time right now. It's a little aggressive. Is punished for it right now. Gucci is in the right place, but no, is punished as well. Valen with the aim of an absolute god.
Nicely done, Valen getting involved, and that's a clutch that, honestly, Scrounge and Pros, they very much wanted. And, I mean, I wouldn't say it was needed at this point. They would have been okay, but it was definitely something, you know, pissed around is impactful. And, well, Scrounge and Pros take that away. They are going to be able to get the advantage, use their weaponry, the better weaponry, I should say. The SMG is coming out here for Scrounge and Pros. To start Smoke is going to be on the back foot. One Sheriff in hand, that's on the back of Zekin. But otherwise, it's Classics and one Ghost.
Nice slow round. Lots of damage out onto Governor. Still holding this angle pretty aggressively, and they have a feeling he is doing that, sending in a lot of utility to clear him out of that angle. It actually spots him out around the corner, and Critical is able to do some big damage. Takes down 2 before getting traded out by Gucci. And now the paint shell's going to push him off that angle as well. Scrounge Pros looking pretty good at the moment, especially since the fact that the spike is all the way on the B side, and Harmful is pushing up in behind.
Beautiful timing. Beautiful frags, and light him up. It's Harmful. Putting the pedal to the metal on that one, and making sure that there was no chance for Dart Smokahs to be doing anything other than death in that round. It was, of course, eco round, you have to understand, so keep that in mind. It is indeed going to be the buy coming through here for the defense. Dart Smokahs, they've got the weaponry advantage against the likes of Scrounge and Pros, who are going to be bonusing up. But is it gonna be enough? Is that the question? Because the aggression coming through is simply untouchable, it seems.
Oh my goodness, the utility getting pushed up. He stuck that for the kill. Gucci takes down 2, and look at this. Now it's a 2v3 situation. Scrounge Pros do have the site in their favor. The spike has not gone down yet. They're trying to clear out these angles, clear out heaven to give them a little bit of space to be able to put that spike down safely. But Frosty's in the right place, but no, he is going to be taken down by Harmful. This is huge stuff. Ethos gets taken down by Critical and is now a 1v2, Vincent.
Oh no, this is quite devastating now. Nice movement, but not the gun victory. Harmful takes the frag, and it was a 2v3, but an easy victory is what we are looking at. No need for that Hunter's Fury. And now Bladestorm online in addition to that. There is the Cosmic Divide there on the other side for Dart Smokahs, but right now, they ain't got nothing to play with. No guns in their hands, or at least the guns they got are pea shooters in comparison.
Yeah, but sometimes those pea shooters come in handy. How many clutch rounds have we seen with a Sheriff headshot? I mean, especially with this caliber of player, I can see it happening. But then again, the caliber on both sides is just phenomenal. So we're just going to have to see, especially with Scrounge on the back end taking down Governor. Ethos trying to get that shot out. Not going to. Ooh, it's not going to do it.
Not quite. 3v5 now. And big advantage here for the Scrounge Pros. Nice shot by Gucci, but I think that's ultimately going to just be one for the road. As I say that, though, Frosty continuing to put in work, but okay. He's met with literally the entire team's utility, basically. He gets gravity weld, boom botted, shock darted. Like, the poor guy couldn't have done anything more. Zek the sole survivor, and it looks like good for him. It is going to be a push towards his side, or at least they're going to grab the spike over this way. And okay, yeah, not going to go that direction. I was wondering because obviously the Killjoy has fully cleared out B, and the play that's going to come down. Zek, you know, if he gets one here, honestly, he should be happy.
Absolutely. Moving in nice and slow. Valen does have 29 HP, could be taken down with one shot. This is going to be tough. 20 seconds left. The spike is going to go down. It is cleared. And Zekin taking the long way around. This is going to be met with an owl drone, though.
He's got a gun, though. That's what he was looking for. I don't know if he's going to go for this, but or might just want to, you know, hold off the players and keep them inside the site to hopefully get some exits.
It's going to be a little tough. Picked up a gun with 12 rounds. Takes one down. The rival Sova. Critical goes down. That's the recon dart out of the hands of Scrounge Pros, but it's still fine. Valen comes around the corner, is able to take him down.
Yeah, and Valen with low HP as well, able to win that duel. So what was a one-sided affair choice is now a two-sided brawl. Both these teams swinging ham-fistedly at each other, wanting to take the advantage. Right now, it's still firmly within the hands of the Dart Smokahs, but Scrounge Pros, they ain't too far behind. Just 2 rounds to deficit and 4 ultimates available for Scrounge Pros in this one. A tall task for certain in what is a highly impactful gun round.
High impact indeed, and look at Harmful off the back of that owl drone. Is going to try and get something done with it. Just not enough. Owl drone does go down. Gucci's going to clear that out. Governor getting really aggressive, even in the face of all the utility. Harmful gets up in his face. Takes a lot of damage himself. Gucci trying to go off the back of that recon dart. It's not going to be able to get anything done this time, but Ethos using the utility to his advantage. Here it is, the dimensional drift. He's going to try and get something. A lot of information, my goodness. And there it is. It's all up to Critical 1v4.
One, looking for more, but no, not going to be allowed. And that's number 10. Double digits in hands for the Dart Smokahs. This would be a significant giveaway if Dart Smokahs were not able to clear this game up. But All that being said, those 4 ultimates I talked about, that advantage I discussed is not quite over. With a 4 rounds in a row gained until just then, Scrounge Pros have plenty of cash, and they also, like I said, have plenty of ult economy.
Plenty. I mean, that's kind of an understatement there. 4 ultimates. The blades get popped immediately. Governor pops their blades as well. Hiding in a cheeky little corner in this garage area. Harmful getting aggressive up mid. If they can get a pick here, that could be everything. But the Owl Drone, all this utility is huge in the favor of Dart Smokahs to keep them off that mid. They're denying these, I almost said spikes, but knives from killing anybody at the moment.
I mean, they put they're a bit spiky. I'll give you that. To be fair, they got a point on them. Either way, regardless of what you want to call them, they are certainly a deadly weapon, and one in the hands of Harmful that can be increasingly thus. Governor as well, but Harmful getting forward position, looking for the attempt, but it's Governor who comes out victorious on the blades. Frosty taking down Harmful. Valen is able to trade onto Frosty, but that's short-lived. Governor's still available and smells blood in the water. Gets a forward position, but elects to get out of there. Doesn't want to get punished, and now it's 3v4.
This is really tough. There's not a lot of HP on the side of Scrounge and Pros, and they need to take a site. They need to get the spike down. They need to set up a post-plant situation. They've got some good ultimates for that. They've got the Cosmic Divide and the Hunter's Fury, but they have to stay alive to even use them, and Governor in the right place at the right time takes down Scrounge. That's another big member. Critical, trades him out, still has the... Oh, wait, never mind. I was going to say still has the spike, but no, it's down.
Oh, yeah. And, well, everyone is down. Dusted for Scrounge Pros. It's Dart Smokahs with the round. And it's 11-7. Choice. I mean, just walk me through what the heck happened there, because it felt like it was such a disjointed push from Scrounge Pros.
I want to say it's Harmful staying really aggressive up mid, and Frosty being there ready for it and taking him down, as well as Governor getting a really big pick on the backside with the knives himself. And that quick 2-player down at the almost the beginning of the round really kind of lost it for Scrounge Pros, and Dart Smokahs really took advantage of that.
I mean, they certainly did, taking advantage of every scenario, it seems, for the Dart Smokahs. Despite their slow start here in half number 2, they've kind of gotten back online. Now 2 rounds in a row, but plenty of cash still available. Does leave Scrounge Pros with a decent purchase, and operator, in fact, for Harmful, but that's yet to be successful. Nice damage done, but not much more.
Ooh, taking a lot of ground is Scrounge. There's a good trade, but Frosty is going to make it uneven in the favor of Dart Smokahs. Look at this. In the middle, though, 2v1 situation. King still has a lockdown. Probably not going to use it in this situation, but has to go through 2 members of Dart Smokahs and a lot of utility. Look at this. You've got the Sova and the Killjoy. Has a lockdown of their own. A perfect timing in the favor of King, but is going to be taking a lot of damage with that Swarm Grenade. Frosty is positioning themselves to be able to get a good frag in this situation. Look at that. Takes down King and gets on to match point for Dart Smokahs.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, match point rather, but you got what is a 5-round advantage, and you definitely are looking incredibly strong if you're Dart Smokahs. The worst case is as well that the money, it's just now run out at the most inopportune of times. Choice for the Scrounge Pros side. They are going to have 3 rifles, but it's going to be a tough ask. A Sheriff in the hands of Harmful, in addition to the SMG there for Scrounge.
Going to be tough, especially with Governor getting aggressive with this operator. They're going to have to take him down. Seems like Sova is kind of watching his back. No, he actually backs off. And the spike is still here on the B side. It's just King with the spike. They're trying to clear out A, possibly, maybe use a lot of their utility. King might actually get this, but no,
no.
that's the spike down as well. That's everything for Dart Smokahs to be able to take this all the way over to a winning round. Scrounge and Pros have to, I don't know, they have to scramble all the way over to B main and grab that spike.
I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I'm not 100% sure if Dart Smokahs actually saw the spike drop. It was so fast, and Governor, I don't know if he was looking for it, but regardless, it has turned this round on its head, and not in a good way, at least not for Scrounge and Pros. The only good news is the positioning of both the Raze and the Jet. Mid-control gained and held by Harmful, and Scrounge is still well positioned as the Hunter's Fury. Gonna come out, and it actually takes Frosty down. Well done, and Valen wins the opening tool. This is the opening. This is what's needed. No gun out for Harmful. That's devastating. As the spike gets planted, it's 3-on-3 choice.
Yes, it is. Ethos trying to get a little cheeky here up from heaven. Is waiting for his teammates to come through as well. The recon dart is going to push him off that angle, off that push a little bit further. Gucci trying to get something done. Has the Cosmic Divide. The shock dart comes out. It's taking down Ethos. It's a 3v2 situation, a 3v1. It's all up to Gucci, but no. Scrounge and Pros keep themselves alive for another round.
That they do. Now 4 rounds to go before we get to overtime. And, well, still plenty of cash, I think. Or I say plenty. It's actually not plenty. It's pretty brutal economy-wise. I thought with 3-round victories in a row, the Dart Smokahs are going to have some cash to play with, but they actually got to go to the eco. It is going to be a Vandal in the hands of Governor, and if you want a hero AK, that's exactly who you want holding it. Though Ethos is having an incredible game as well, I have to mention. But Harmful going to have the operator out on the offense, and it does make things interesting.
Oh, what? Ethos gets aggressive, is all the way in tiles, and gets taken down pretty quickly. And look at this, it's already a 3v2. I mean, it all happened so fast. Harmful takes an op shot, still alive for both of them. Takes a little bit of damage from Governor's, I almost said AK, but Vandal, excuse me. Tries to get into that smoke.
I caught an AK a minute ago. Oh, man. I'm just out here sabotaging choice. Don't worry about it.
It's just in the back of my head, just way back there.
It's an AK. No. 2v3. Oh, nice attempt by Governor. Could have found that hero kill with the planter, but no, critical. Nicely done. And Zekin, though recovering a weapon, doesn't get anything out of it.
Now this is starting to turn on its head a little bit here, Vincent. I mean, they're on map point or game point. Dart Smokahs, this has been 2 rounds in a row that they have lost to Scrounge and Pros. They're getting that aggression, they're getting that adrenaline up in their veins here to try and bring it on over to OT. Dart Smokahs have to put a stop to this aggression. They have to put a stop to Critical, who has been getting multi-kills in the last two or three rounds, honestly.
Exactly. I mean, Critical has been an incredibly dominant for us here. He's leading the server. Hunter's Fury, popped by Zekin off the back of a very well-placed dart. It does a bit of damage, but no frags to speak of as the lockdown from the attackers comes through. Zekin gonna try and get some info, or further info, I should say, but no dice there. Lockdown working wonders, and actually Gucci gets locked down by it, but still should be a 5-on-4 retake.
Here comes the Hunter's Fury, though. A little bit late, in my opinion, but there it is, a Dimensional Drift as well, trying to spot out anybody they can, and Governor is going to utilize that info for his own gain. Takes down Valen. He's going to almost take down another, and look at that. That's it. That's going to be Dart Smokahs taking Ascent, taking the first map in this best-of-3 grand finals.
That they are, and they take it in flawless victory fashion as well. Really impressive showing there from the Dart Smokahs. I mean, listen, Scrounge and Pros, they had some good showings. They had, you know, some opportunities here and there, but overall, a couple of you know, missed shots, I would say, at some inopportune times, and huge plays from Dart Smokahs. I mean, I'm thinking back. Ethos, that 4K, absolutely incredible. Zekin, the timing, another quad kill, truly unmatched. I think Zekin had 2 rounds like that as well. I mean, when you're talking clutch like that, Choice, it's hard to compete.
It really is hard to compete. And look at this governor, of course, getting up and aggressive, has 7 assists for a Jet. I mean, that in itself is kind of a feat. So 20, 20, and 7. Still staying a little positive there in that situation. But man, I mean, I got to give it to Scrounge and Pros. They really brought it to them as much as they could. That's a lot of deaths for the top frag, I guess, on Dart Smokahs. So Scrounge and Pros, they still have another map to be able to bring it to map 3. I don't know what map 2 is at the moment, but either way, I mean, this is really exciting. We could see a map 3.
Oh, I think we definitely could. It's a possibility. What I will say is that I feel like I have to mention Ethos kind of did dirty there with the MVP, look, because it's just on the combat score. Had 4 less combat score, but went 22 and 13, and had so many high impact rounds. I mean, I talked about the clutch. I mean, that was incredibly high impact because it actually turned the tide for the next 2 rounds as well. It forced Nico, and that's just such a key. So I think that Ethos probably just slightly more deserving of that one, in my opinion. But not to argue with the combat score. I know that it is all knowing, but regardless, Choice, I agree with you. The potential for a map 3 is absolutely here, and we're headed over to map 2 though first, and that's going to be Haven.
This is going to be really, really interesting. The 3 map site Haven. I mean, we saw Yoru a little bit on it, I do believe. That's the map that you were able to cast with on, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. So, I mean, this is going to be really fun to watch. You don't want to miss it. We're going to take a quick little break, but when we come back, it's going to be game 2 of the grand finals here in the Valorant Sunday Showdown number 59. See you in a sec.